Lisa Ann Farnsworth, my wife. I know you all loved her and will miss her because you've told me so. This remembrance will not be intended to make you miss her more. Rather, it's intended to make you remember her better and hopefully with more love. With whatever you see, feel free to laugh or cry or cringe as you will. All emotions are accepted here. She was born in Walnut Creek, but lived most of her life here in this house in Moraga. Even from a young age, she was a water baby. She loved getting in it and splashing around, and a lot of her activities were around the pool in her backyard. She had a happy childhood there and did the things that good kids of that time did, like goofing around in the yard, dressing up for Easter, celebrating family milestones and birthdays. In fact, her celebratory cakes were a hallmark for her that continued up until the very end. She was in the Girl Scouts for quite a while and really enjoyed the shared activities and getting to hang out with friends, but I think most of all she liked the dress-up part. One big thing that Lisa and I shared is a love of animals. We almost always had a pet of some kind. We had dogs, fish, and birds, including a flock of 8 at one time that lived inside the house. Even the animals that visited our backyard were a big entertainment to us. Her family had dogs, of course, but the big pet for Lisa was her horse, Noches.
Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then.
Who cares about the clouds if we're together?
Just sing a song and bring the sunny weather.
Happy trails to you till we meet again.
There's my greeting. I've been waiting for that greeting for a long time. Finally got that.
Lisa and her mom took good care of Noches, and he lived to a ripe old age. In the end, he could hardly walk down the pasture to greet her. Lisa loved Hawaii. Who doesn't? She was lucky enough to go to the island when she was young, and as usual, found a lot of water to play around in. Before her teens, Lisa's family took a trip to the East Coast. They visited relatives and they traveled along the Liberty Trail. They saw a lot of our country's historically important locations. I always envied her that trip. And there she is, in the water, again. Wow, big birthday party for Lisa. Look at all those kids. But look at her. She's just so darn cute. So here is a nostalgia twofer. Lisa is using a hula hoop in front of Santa's Village. Santa's Village was a theme park that had Christmas as its theme. You could see Santa Claus all year round. And yes, of course, there were horses. Lisa went to high school at Campo Lindo High. Despite going through a dozen photo albums, I haven't been able to find pictures of Lisa in her high school days. Even the pictures from the first years of college at Cal Poly are AWOL. As a result, I resumed the video with the oldest picture of her I have. It was taken at California Polytechnic, the first college she attended. I think you all know how integral to our lives the fantasy role-playing game Dungeons & Dragons is. We first met through Lisa's BFF, Cindy, who had arranged a Dungeons & Dragons game for a bunch of friends. I have always been the dungeon master who runs the game. The first place our group of friends gamed at was an apartment on Waverly Street in Palo Alto. It got pretty wild.
Yeah, how are you? Oh, yay, I'm here.
There you go.
We're start now, guys. Good, we haven't started. Oh,
Lisa.
I smell weed. You know how long it's been? Town is so
Cynthia.
dry, it's disgusting.
Cindy. Smile.
Did you bring thousands with you?
Yeah!
Mike, this is my roommate, my ex-roommate, Lisa.
Oh, nice to meet you.
She went to, she lives down in San Luis still.
San Luis Obispo?
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to move there.
No, really?
Yeah, I've never actually been there, but I was going to move there.
Yeah.
It seemed like a nice name on the map, you know.
It's a beautiful
It's a great place to live. A little expensive. Ooh, Jesus.
Can't be any more expensive than here.
Good point.
Trying to time it, sorry. That was good. I knew that part was coming out. That's like. No, quick, turn it, quick.
Down on the ground, you can.
Ooh,
you can
yeah.
still see
Hey,
it, but
Lisa.
It's nothing more than a teeny white line.
Didn't expect
down
that,
on
did
the
you?
ground, and when you're up in the air, it's a teeny white.
Okay, this is good.
Where is it?
Beautiful.
All the music.
I'll get it.
Nice move. Such a new place.
Lisa moved back to her parents' house in 1987 so she could return to college at Hayward University. We started dating regularly about that time. A year or two later, she graduated with a degree in social sciences. Lisa and I moved into a house together in San Jose in 1990. It was a nice place. It had really big rooms, and this made it perfect for gaming.
I just got into the battle.
My woman from the.
Yeah, sorry.
+5
Where you
is
going?
10 points of damage.
Where are you going, Sky?
Again? He kills, of course.
Lisa and I were married on September 16th, 1992. It was quite a celebration.
Thanks, guys.
Everyone seemed to have a really
Here
good
comes Lisa.
time.
Let's catch her when she doesn't expect it. Hello.
Hi.
Up close. I'm back. I know. I'm getting used to this, Lisa. Smile, Lisa. You are on camera.
Yeah, but you don't object to that. You know how to find us. I know. Have a great vacation. And it's nice that you always.
We need to record this.
Someone is right now. Where to go? Yeah, there's a chair that takes a chair that has to go. I'm just getting ready. Okay.
This is a behind-the-scenes shot
This shot we need to do it
for 5 minutes and counting.
5 minutes and counting, huh?
I now pronounce them husband and wife.
Nope. That wasn't.
Great. Married? Yes, I do. Well, it's all legal.
Zoom, zoom.
Manhattan.
All right.
Remember Matt?
There's the wedding party.
Yeah, this is good.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough.
We don't know.
I want to see the whites of your eyes.
Lisa cheese.
Dun, dun. It's wedding day.
Lovely family. I'm really looking forward to joining their families as of today. And to my lovely husband, I love him a lot. Great life together. Thank you.
Hard and deep to center field, Lisa. Push the ball.
God, give me the glasses.
Time to run the gauntlet.
A year or so later, some tax problems forced us to move to a much smaller duplex on Monica Lane. The less said about that place, the better. As soon as possible, we moved out of that place to a home just up the street from my childhood home. The Vendale place was nice, and we lived and gamed there happily.
It was a quick trip. She went running out. Probably ran
I
all
need
the
him
way
to
the
finish
line.
the dragon.
At this time, we had 2 cockatiels and a dog named Emily, who Lisa did not get on with.
Stop going out.
Done a damn thing for you all evening, but just keep following him around, Emily. Yeah, it's okay.
She's not bitter or anything.
No.
Oh, no.
Obviously, she's not bitter.
A group activity that Lisa and I enjoyed was camping. I'll admit that as the years passed, it turned into glamping, but whatever. It was a wonderful way to get rid of stress during the summer.
Well, it's late Friday afternoon, about 5 o'clock. We've pulled into Yosemite, into Tamarack Flat Campground. And this is our campsite. Chip is sharpening up the hatchet for some unknown reason. This is the campsite next to us, Ucky. It's a big cement thing. We're hoping nobody will come in because it's a terrible one, and we're
Here with a little bread beneath the bough, a flask of wine, a book of verse, and thou beside me, singing in the wilderness. Oh, wilderness, where paradise I know.
Yeah, knowing Dale, it can go either way.
Well, he'll just have to ride it.
Yeah. Hey, he'll get out there and everything will be all set up. I mean, he'll come out and just be able to camp. He won't have to unload the car. He won't have to set up his tent.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he gets out here Saturday and he's here.
That's the best way.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm relaxing. I'm gonna have a La Corona whiff. Want a whiff? Chip?
She wants the chip and Lisa show.
I know, and I don't want it to be the Chip and Lisa show.
Oh, come on, let's go.
No, I don't want
It's got to be the Lisa and Chip
How
show.
can it not be the Chip and Lisa show?
It's your taste.
Come on.
Your camera.
It's the start of your week off. He's just that face. Pretty easy, actually. See, that's the thing. They could just dump her because they can dump her contract.
Exactly.
It's a really good thing that you never heard from Arenz, you know, that he said he was going to, he went bankrupt.
Oh, did he? Oh my God. I was wondering. Yeah.
But he was saying, I have so much business now, I'm thinking about we need to hire an office manager.
Oh, it's like Solyndra then, the solar company that the government bailed out. Now they've gone under. Yeah. I love it. The FBI showing up. That was like, wow.
This was our favorite place to camp, Big Basin. It was in a redwood forest near Santa Cruz. For years, the group of us would camp there 2 or 3 times a year. Alas, it burned in one of the big forest fires from 2019, gone forever. When asked why I had so much camping gear, I explained that if it made my wife comfortable enough to head out again next year, it was worth it. In 1999 and 2000, Lisa went above and beyond for a friend of mine. Gordon McMurtry was as close to me as a brother. We were best friends from 3rd grade through middle school, high school, and college. He developed colon cancer when he was 49 and struggled with it until his death in 2001. During his illness, he had no one to care for him until Lisa and I agreed to host him at our house. I would go off to work, and Lisa would take care of him. He was in chemo for months until it went into remission and he was able to return home, but it didn't last, and he was forced to return to us during his hospice period. Again, she was the rock and took care of him until the very end. I'll always be grateful to her for that. Lisa's Halloween parties have been a long-standing annual tradition. Lisa loved a good dress-up party. She was a really good sport about all the weird costumes the two of us came up with. Our friends liked a good costume party, too.
Got it.
My favorite was hosting a game show party with Lisa dressed as Vanna Black and I was Flip Chipperson.
Yeah. Squishy. And
yes, we did. Let's do. Well, it's kind of. This is like Adrian and Jeff.
Over 600. Vanna, if you please. Thank you, Vanna.
Because her birthday is on the 5th of July, Lisa always claimed the 4th as her celebration. She loved it when there were major fireworks in the park across the street from us. Too bad the police had to break it up sometimes. Lisa particularly enjoyed hosting Christmas parties for friends and family. Those Christmas gatherings of hers were always filled with smiles, good food, and lots of love.
That's our new toy. My camera really like it.
Is that a new video?
Yeah.
I have the kind that sits on your shoulder.
It looks like, yeah, professional mailman.
Lisa was always ready to celebrate. She would help out with friends' weddings, dress up as Santa for a Christmas party, whoop it up on the millennial New Year's Eve, even in Dogs at the Park, our annual celebration of spring. But not the least of her efforts to support the celebrations of her friends was to make sure everyone got a cake on the Saturday around their birthday. Lisa's love of Mickey Mouse and Disneyland long outlasted her childhood. We went to the park 4 times while we were married, and she had a great time every time. I don't know about you folks, but I would bet that as you look back on the times you spent with Lisa, you will first remember her smile. It was something she shared with everyone, not just with family and friends, but the checker at the grocery or the delivery person. She loved to clown around without a thought to her age or dignity. I will always see her smile forever. If there's anything I would like you to take with you from this look at Lisa's time with us, it would be her smile.